Should be armor guy. Wait, no, you were the armor guy. I'll run medic.
I was the armor guy, yep.
Okay. You run that. I'll run medic. Got our class.
Hey everybody! So, hopefully you can hear me. Oh my god! So, hopefully you can hear me. Oh my god! Oh my god! Really? Really? No, no. Not okay. It is not okay. What the heck, man? Why is this happening now? Why though? Audio input capture. I don't want to monitor. What the heck? Oh my. You know what? I swear to God, every time I like re-plug in all my stuff, it resets my audio settings, and so suddenly I'm like having to run over there and fix things. Sorry, hi. Oh! Why does this happen to me? Is it okay? Hang on, I don't even have like my chat up yet. I am just starting to get caught up with things. It's been a weird few days. Like since, gosh, last Wednesday, I haven't streamed in a whole week. I am so behind. I'm so sorry. Ugh. Anyway, I had a dentist appointment on Thursday, and then I was indisposed on Friday, and then the weekend happened, so I usually don't stream. Also, I had no cameras because the Extra Life thing was happening with my boyfriend. He was heading up the Extra Life 24-hour stream for his esports club at UNM. So that was cool, but he needed my cameras for that, so I didn't have cameras over the weekend. Of course, Sunday, we didn't have game on Sunday because also the 24-hour stream was quite exhausting, and so everybody was tired. And then Monday I work, and then yesterday, I had another dentist appointment to get my fillings done. So it's been like nuts. It's been totally nuts. So now it's Wednesday again, and I'm here, back. Sorry that it took this long. And then I get this message from my dad asking, how long is your show? Because that's what it is. And I'm still trying to decipher what he was trying to tell me. I have no idea. So Dad, if you're watching this, can you please like get back to me? Because I actually did try calling you on the actual phone so that I could speak words with you instead of just getting cryptic messages in text format and then not getting any reply to it, because apparently that's hard. Anyway, it's been fun. But now it's time to get back to work. Whew! That was a lot. Okay, still need to get back onto the chat thing here. Oh my god, I am so out of it. Do it! So I'm not able to see anybody's chatting at me right now. Just give 1 sec. Hold up. 1 sec. I'm almost there. I promise. Okay, open in browser. And of course it's not going to give me any history if people have already been chatting. It's only going to do... Oh, hey! It's actually giving me a number of how many people are actually watching right now. So hi, all 7 of you. Hello and welcome to my a little bit disorganized channel right now. Let me catch up. Okay, we got Melon. Hello, Melon. We have Ribbon Kitten. Hello and welcome, and thank you for joining the Discord servers. So appreciate that, and I hope you get something out of it. All good as long as you're okay. I'm okay, yeah. It's just a little bit flustering, that's all. And Star Dressmaker is here. Hi, everyone. It's been too long since I was able to watch a stream. How is everyone? Yay, and Minty is here. And everybody is talking with each other. And Blue Aquarius. Hello, Blue Aquarius. And it's caught up now. Great. Hi. Okay, we're gonna get some musics up now. I still have not cut out the skirt for the lovely satin dress. It's not going to take very long. It's pretty cut and dry, almost literally, because the pattern is already cut out and most of everything is already cut out. So then it's just going to be put together. Oh, and thank you! This is actually one of my very first ones that I tried draping myself. I made this to a size 26.5-inch waist. It barely fits now. It's been, I want to say, how long has it been? 6 years? About 6 or 7 years since I made this dress. And you know, as you get older and just start to get comfortable with eating things that aren't really great for you, you start to expand a little bit in ways that you don't like. But it managed to fit. I can sort of breathe. And this was one of my first forays back into draping and creating a pattern. And I saw the Victorian Maiden British check jumper skirt. And I said to myself, I think maybe I can make that. I think I'm going to try how to try making that. So I went to my dress form, which is not actually this one. This was a brand new one. I was borrowing one at the time. And I tried to recall my memories of going to class and taking draping and being good at it, which had been at that point about 10 years since I had taken the class. So I thought maybe I could just go back into fashion design and draping, just trying something like this. So this is the first time I tried draping in the 10 years gap that I had between taking the class and doing it again. And it came out okay. It's a replica of the British check Victorian maiden jumper skirt, and as luck would have it, one of the Otomino sewings actually has a very similar design now in them. I forget which one it is. It might be the one I have right here. Let me see. Is this the one that has that same general design? You would recognize it if it's in here. It's not in here. It's not this one. No. Yes, it is this one. Okay, so here is a replica of that same basic design. I think what they did is they made it a little bit higher right here on the neckline. I made sure that it was an underbust jump skirt, so it's kind of like, yeah, it frames my endowments a little bit better than this one does. So actually I quite like the cut of this one, and I made sure that the straps kind of hug around and go to the back. I did not know how to do a proper lining at this point yet, and I did try to line at least the top part. The inside is not pretty, but it's functional, and actually I call this my traveling dress, because I have traveled in it going on planes and through the airport and stuff, because it's pretty, low-key for the most part. So I managed to dress up a little for travel, as one did back in the day. So there you go. That's the long, convoluted story of the dress that I'm wearing right now. Anyway, I need to get myself like organized because it's really hard right now. I still haven't turned on music. I'm a little bit all over the place, and I'm sorry for that, but I do have more good news. Modes for You did get back to me, and they asked me to pick out a fabric. If you were on Discord early this morning, we did have a little conversation about, ooh, look at this fabric, ooh, look at this fabric, and maybe I could do something with this one. Also, I was thinking dragons would be great, because you don't really see dragons in Lolita fashion very often. So there's this really cute little print of little chubby dragons on a navy background fabric with like little foliage and tiny little castles. So it's an all-over print, and I thought that would be really cute to make a thing out of. So there's that one, and then we were also talking about maybe a creamy background with sort of a watercolor, sort of unicorns and foresty type things. Unicorns in a forest. Dragons! Dragons! That sounds so cute. It is! And so, Modes for You, the representative got back to me. They were going through some things that needed to be done through their company, and they couldn't get back to me for a few weeks. And so now we're going to move forward with that, and I told them that I want to make a complete Lolita cord. I don't know if they're willing to give me for free 3 to 4 meters of fabric. So I said, well, if it's not a full cord, I could probably make a jump skirt out of 2.5 meters of fabric and maybe squeak out a head bow to go with it, and that would be enough, I think. But yeah, I'm really excited because Modes for You not only has really cool fabric, like tons and tons and tons of really hard to find fabric from places like Cosmo Textiles, Coca, what's the other one? I don't know if they have Lycian, but those are the 3 Japanese textile mills that I know of that have really cute prints that are Lolita friendly. So they carry that stuff, in addition to other things like Michael Miller, Timeless Treasures, and if you're familiar with fabric and companies like that, you would recognize these names. So yeah, there's all kinds of possibilities on the horizon right now. But in the meantime, I need to finish making this Otomike dress I have the pattern already packed up because I don't need it anymore. I have everything I need right here. Oh, the other thing that I discovered. Oh, now that has to be ironed. But the other thing that I discovered. So, guys, I don't know how much you know about the interfacing that I use, which is great. I love the interfacing that I use. It's the Pellon brand, very popular Pellon brand. I was looking specifically for a tricot interfacing, fusible. And I've had this for a while. A friend of mine that I used to know up in Taos was very interested in nurturing my sewing journey. And so she would give me things like scraps of really high quality tricot fusible interfacing. And I have still a whole bag of it. Let me see. I'll show you what it looks like. It's extremely fine. It's not something that Pellon brand or anything makes. They do make a sheer knit or tricot sort of interfacing, which I used here, and you know it works. The point of tricot is that it's a knit. It's very sheer. It's very fine, and it also does not unravel when you cut it. So I used that on the shoulder, or not the shoulder. I used it on the cuff, the sleeve cuff. This is going to be the cuff of the sleeve. I also used it to completely interface the bodice, and it does have, you know, it still has a very fine quality to the fabric. It doesn't make it too stiff because the knit nature of the interfacing lets it move a little bit better. It all needs to be pressed now because I folded it to get it out of the way. But I found the place that sells the very nice, high quality designer tricot interfacing right here. And this stuff is the best stuff you could possibly use as far as a stretch knit tricot interfacing. Again, it doesn't unravel when you cut it. It is fusible and it is very, very soft. So I used what I could, since I have like just pieces kind of like this where it's, you know, just holes in it, but it's enough for little things, and I've been saving it for special occasions. I used some of it for the part that's going to be on the middle of the belt. So this dress has like a belt that goes around the waist. I cut a portion of it that goes to the front, and then on the sides it's going to have two side seams where the rest of the waist tie of the belt is going to wrap around right here, stop, and then go, so you can tie it. But the front part is stabilized with this tricot interfacing, and it's called Pro Tricot Deluxe. One company sells it. One store online sells this stuff. It comes from New York, no surprise. But they also have other versions of the interfacing, which is they have the Pro Woven. It's a cotton woven, also fusible. I don't think they have anything that is non-woven. So the whole point of it is to get woven or knit properly interfacing, because anything else is just, it acts like paper when you fuse it to something, and then it crinkles and it wrinkles really easily. So you don't want the crinkling and you don't want the wrinkling. You want to try to avoid that. So using true knit or true woven interfacings is the best thing you could do for your projects. Anyway, I go on. This is called Pro Tricot Deluxe. It is available only from one store called FashionSewingSupply.com. So it is $8.95 a yard, 60 inches wide. Why? Why? So my dad is calling me right now. Give me 1 second. I am going to answer the phone. Hello. Oh, hello, Grandma. Oh my god. I answer the phone and it says it's my dad calling, but right now my grandmother is living with my dad while they're getting a house together for her because she just moved here to New Mexico. And she's the one that picks up the phone, and I'm just like, because at first I'm like, hello, like, it's Dad, finally, you're calling. And then it's my sweet little grandmother saying hello, and I'm just like, oh, Grandma, I'm so sorry. Hi, what are you doing? Oh, jeez, she is the cutest, sweetest lady in the world, and I effing love her. Okay. Where was I? Oh, hi, guys. I still have not started music. I need to do that. Let's get that going here. There we go. Oh, that was good. Too quiet for a minute. Now we have music. All right. Trico. It looks like tricot. You may have seen tricot, but it's actually pronounced trico. Here, I will spell it for you. Trico. You know, just like tarot, you don't pronounce the T at the end. Haha! My god, that sounds so cute. Okay. Yeah, I was just like ranting and going on, and now we're back. We're back to the world of sanity, sort of. Sanity. Oh my gosh, you guys. I am so excited about this collaboration with Modes for You. I cannot wait to see what they say. I don't know if they're going to go for the whole 3 to 4 meters of fabric, but it sure would be fun if they just went with it. Now here's the other thing. I was kind of thinking that my poor industrial sewing machine over here has been so neglected that I think maybe I should just start using it a little bit more, even though I have my little home machine all ready to go. Oh, and of course I just realized too, I need to cut out the skirt. I need to cut out the skirt for this dress. Okay, I have the belts. I have the bodice. I have the sleeve bands. I have the sleeves. I have the collars. I have the facings that go and attach to the lining. Now I need just two more things, technically. I need the skirt of the lining and the skirt of the shell. Ugh. This liner is huge. Oh, by the way, fun fact, funny thing happened. So Spoonflower, I don't know why this happened, but they ended up sending me a duplicate order of the same fabric. At first I'm like, whoa, did they correct the print on it? Because it still has the break in the pattern here, so no, they didn't do that. Did they maybe forget that they already sent me the order and it was just duplicated? I didn't get charged for it. I'm not exactly sure what to do with it, so now I have a whole nother set of fabric to make another dress like this, or something like it, out of this satin. So if anybody wants a dress, I have 3 yards more now of the plaid and a whole nother yard of the purple. So you let me know if you want to see anything else made out of this this plaid stuff. Yeah, it's cool. It's cool. It is what it is. So okay. So with this, I already cut off the part where the pattern got kind of not printed well. It's really the print designer who, I guess she just did like one giant piece of graphic and didn't account for repeat. So the repeat breaks off, and so I already cut that off and I used that to make the sleeve. So now I have probably enough. Let me see, 2 yards. I think this is a 2-yard spread. 2 yards. 2 yards, that is 36 inches per yard, right? And so that makes it about 60, 70, 72 inches. 72 inches. And I think my client wanted the dress to be 20 inches long from the waist down to the knees. They just asked for it to be longer than I had made them before. Typically, I think I made this dress with an 18-inch long skirt. So, if they want it to be 20 inches, I might be able to... I mean, I'm trying to think of the fullness of the skirt and how much fullness they would actually want. Oh, let's see. That's cool, but strange? Yes, it was strange. I was very surprised, because actually what I thought I got in the mail from Spoonflower was my, I did order a $3 sample kit, sample pack. And so what Spoonflower does is that they have a color card with the hex number of each of these colors, and then they provide you with a sample swatch of each of their fabrics that they offer, and how those colors are printed, so that if you wanted to create your own textile print design, then you would use this hex key to reproduce onto your graphics and make sure that that is the color that is going to be printed, and that is the way the color looks when it's printed on the fabric. So I got this in the mail, and I was thinking, oh, Spoonflower just told me that something arrived in my mail. So I walked down there and I get this whole other package of duplicate purple and pink plaid. I'm just like, huh? What's going on? Why did I get this? Anyway, this sample pack from Spoonflower is just $3, so, and the shipping's not even that bad. So to have, if you're doing your own textile print design, you can always go ahead and get one of those. I wanted one because I wanted to get swatches in my hand about each of the different fabrics that they offer. So if I'm doing a small run of a particular dress, like a one-off, and I wanted to do a special print that I found on Spoonflower, I could do that. However, I did find several sources of custom printed fabric that I could order. Minimum order would be about 50, maybe 100 yards or meters, depending. And if I had a graphic myself, which I am thinking about utilizing the talents of a friend, and of course paying her to do such a thing. She's an illustrator, and we've already been talking about possible themes for printed themed fabric for Lolita, and that yardage would go for anywhere between $5.50 to $8.50 or so a yard, but I would have to order 50 to 100 yards. So if I were going to do that, I would get 100 yards, but I would also make a small run myself using the custom printed fabric. Lots of ideas. I'm kind of going a million miles a minute. I'm going to stop now because I still need to do my calculations for this skirt. Okay, so the back of this dress has a zipper, meaning it gets split into two. So the front part I could probably get away with, it's usually like, what, 90 inches, so 40? Alright, so let's see. Fold this in half. So much easier when you're doing a rectangle skirt. Let's just be real. Yeah, and the print is not exactly straight. So there's more of a margin here, or sorry, more of a margin here than there is here. So I can't exactly fold the fabric in half. Oh, God. God help me. Okay, so I think we're going to go this way. It's just going to have to hang. And what I'm going to have to do is just take my time and measure. So I'm going to put this down. What fabric is the skirt and bodice made from? Oh, sorry about that. I think that's Mighty Madge. Hello, Mighty Madge, and thank you for your question. It is made. Wait, are you talking about this one or this one? I'm thinking you're talking about this one. It's satin. It's polyester, so nothing too special. Not my first choice, but I try not to question my clients too much. They have a specific idea in mind, and I try to go ahead and accommodate them. I don't usually like working with satin. It frays very easily. It's very shiny. If I was going to work with something like satin, it would be a sateen, which is made out of cotton, but has a satin weave. And I'm looking at my beautiful gray and clockwork hearts sort of sateen fabric that I actually have a dress made out of on my Etsy store. And that is a really nice dress because it's not very shiny. It has a slight luster to it, but not quite the way that this fabric has. And that is usually what I would prefer. You're talking about custom printing on stream. Oh, I just got a message from, you're talking about custom printing, and we use customer printed fabric at my job. You can combine prints on one roll usually, so you could print a few designs or colorways on one roll. The rolls are also huge, like lugging around a dead body. I'm 5'3", so they're at least as tall as me. Hey, Quillip, are you watching right now? And thank you so much for imparting your wisdom and experience. That is, I didn't know that you did that. You work at a company that does custom printing? That's awesome. Yeah, so I was looking for offshore resources to do that, but maybe we should talk. So that would be really fun. Also, I need to measure 20 inches. Also, maybe I need to measure too how long this is, because if I could get away with just cutting this print in half and then using just this one piece of fabric for the thing, I might end up using more of that extra fabric that I got by mistake. What am I looking for? I am looking for my measuring measures. Okay, so we're gonna do choo-choo-choo. Yes, this is one. All right. I think we got it. This is about 42 and a quarter. 42 and an eighth. No, 42 and a quarter long. So actually, if I cut this in half, that is gonna be a little bit more than 20 inches. And I think that should be exactly what we needed. Although, a half an inch or maybe, let's see, a little over a centimeter. Yeah, because a centimeter is 3/8 of an inch. So, what, like 1.3, something like that. 1.3 centimeters needs to go into the waistline. And then another 1.3 or so needs to be finished on the edge, on the hem, and then turned up. So I'm going to lose some. The printers are in China. We just use the material and run designs through them, usually things like stock art type stuff. Well, actually, that is where I was thinking of having that done, because that is honestly the only affordable place to have that done. And they have really high quality printing too, so it is the world we live in today. Everybody like badmouths China, but actually all the manufacturing is done there. So while I try to make my dresses here by my hands, there are certain supplies and other things that are just unattainable in the United States. So them's the breaks. That's how it is. Okay, I digress. So if I cut off this border and then just simply cut this in half, it's going to be a little bit less than 20 inches, but it's still going to be longer than what it was before. So I am going to prepare. I need to use my pinking shears because this stuff frays like a mofo. These are not my pinking shears. What am I doing? These are my pinking shears. So old-fashioned, but sometimes they are useful to have. Pinking shears was something that was done very often in home sewing, somewhere around, when people still did home sewing back in the 1930s, 40s, 50s, things like that. You don't necessarily need to use pinking shears. I'm using them because it helps with keeping the fray in check when I'm cutting this satin. So I just want to clear off the border without letting all these little frays get in my way. Okay, and I already did all that when I cut off the break in the pattern. So now I have to do this side. So that's fun. Holy crap, 11 people right now. Hello, everybody. Welcome, and thank you for joining me. I hope I'm not too boring. I tend to go on sometimes. If my grandmother's watching, Grandma, I love you. I just wanted to say that. Because it's pretty awesome that people like my dad or my grandma can tune in while I'm doing this. I think it's a brave new world, and it's usually pretty exciting. The only problem is that if you do try to talk to me while you're watching me on places like Facebook, I will not be able to see your messages because I am only tuned in to the chat on Twitch and on YouTube. So if you're watching me on either Twitch or YouTube right now, you will probably be able to interact with me in a real-time scenario kind of way. So sorry, Facebook, but for some reason your chat integration just does not work for my restream. What do you guys think of this fabric? I love the colors. I'll be honest, I love purple and I love pink in all their different shades. I never thought before that I would be making exactly a purple, pink and plaid sort of concoction. But I think it's pretty. It's definitely shiny. Oh, so the fabric that I chose two different kinds of fabrics from Modes for You. I cannot wait to start working with them. I'm really curious to see what they're going to say about my project ideas. The collaborations that they've done before tend to be aprons or bags, little accessories like that, and I'm here and I'm saying I want to make a dress. I don't think I've seen like a full dress, like kids dresses, play dresses, things like that, but I want to do like, you know, like my thing. So I have the unicorn in the forest idea, and then the other one with the navy blue, with little pudgy dragons and castles on it, which it's pretty cute. I think it's definitely a workable print that I can make into a cute little Lolita sort of jump skirt. Yeah, you love the color combo a lot? Yeah. It's very happy. Pink usually makes me happy. I think psychologically pink is the thing that calms people down, usually. Isn't that why they call it drunk tank pink, is because if somebody's aggressive and drunk, they put them in a pink room and it's supposed to calm them down? I think the pattern is simple but pretty. I don't like how shiny it is though. Yeah, that is my one grievance as well, but we'll see how it looks once it's all done. Just kind of roughly going along this line. Okay. I wish I could show you my shoes right now. I'm actually wearing these really cute little steampunk sort of flat Mary Janes that I found. I have the other like kitten heel 1.5 inch heel version too, but these have like a buckle that has a gear on it on the toe. I just love them to death. They're pretty comfy. I actually traveled in the shoes too. So the whole outfit I was on a plane for 3 hours. Now let's see. So I am going to fold this in half as neatly as possible now that I have the lines of my print. What I might have to do is iron a guideline. It's a trick I learned from watching some manufacturers doing Lolita. They don't mark anything with a pen or chalk or anything. They iron their marks. Although notches, I'm not sure how they do that, but one thing I did notice was that they iron their marks. Okay, I'm gonna have to clean this too after I'm done with it. And wake up, Iron. Wake up, I need you. Choo choo. These little things off of my table. Why are you stuck? Oh, jeez. So how's everybody while I do this? Everybody doing okay? Had a good weekend. It's now Wednesday. I'm still so sorry. Ah! Why? Okay. This needs to not move. I'm gonna do this. Let's see. Still need to make that wake up Iron emote. I do. I need to talk to my friend who I said I would do an exchange with her. I would make her daughter a dress in exchange for some emotes for my subscribers. So subscribers will have special emotes eventually when I get around to it. But yeah, the idea is that I have a RIP needle if my needle breaks, or wake up Iron. Those are the two that I could think of that I say a lot. Just because it's what I do. It's what I do. Okay. You are going to behave. The other thing about satin is so shifty. It moves so easily, and just like any slight little thing, it's going to just shift on me. That's why I try to keep it pinned down to the table when I'm working with it. And why I've resorted to copying the pattern with my marking pen onto the fabric itself, so that if it does shift, I at least have, when it was put down, a proper line of where the pattern is supposed to be. So, because you can't cut traditionally, like just around the pattern on satin, it's just impossible. I don't know how else to do it besides just copying it down with a marker. I got these markers finally in the mail last week. My water soluble markers, they're the best. Yes, they come from China, but you know, I got like a pack of 8 of them for $5 or something like that. Free shipping. Oh, why? Are you serious right now? Let's see. I love looking at sewing stuff. Yeah. Getting our groceries delivered because I'm lazy. I do not blame you. Me too. Just couldn't find a cotton ribbon that I needed. Have to look for it tomorrow. Any advice from fellow sewists for wide-eyed beginners? Well, that's kind of a broad question. What kind of advice, like what specifically would you like advice on? Okay, I think I got this. Yeah, advice on what level? Something in specific. Use bed sheets or cheap stuff before you touch the nice stuff. That's not a bad one. Yeah, I highly recommend just using cheap stuff that you can find maybe at a thrift store. There's a bunch of sheets and things there that have a lot of room on them, so you can make mock-ups or toiles. using old bed sheets that nobody really cares for anymore, and you just make samples out of them, or you can use them for draping if it's just a plain cotton woven stuff. Pre-wash, iron everything all the time. Yes, I tell people and my students that ironing and sewing go hand in hand. You cannot do sewing without ironing. Naturally, you can go ironing without sewing, but you have to have an iron. You have to do some ironing when you're sewing things, because otherwise everything's going to be left poofy or unkempt and unworkable. And it just makes your life easier to iron your seams down, pressing them. Also, how are you going to fuse interfacing if you don't have an iron? Kind of need to iron. Pre-washing, usually only for cottons. So if you're doing something with 100% cotton, definitely pre-wash it, because otherwise, if you cut out an entire dress out of cotton before washing it, and then the dress is made and the person washes it, it shrinks about a size, and then they can't wear it anymore. So definitely pre-wash cotton fabrics. Okay, so that said, let me just make sure that this is going to be right. Like, now this ruler is 18. It looks a little bit more than that. Ironing everything! Pay attention to fabric type and heat setting. Quillet, why are you talking on Discord? Why don't you just hang out with us over at the Twitch chat? That way you can get involved in the conversation. But yeah, you have a good point, yes. Don't forget your heat setting. I already told you my story about my if my grandmother's watching, I'm so sorry. Her scarf, my great-grandmother's scarf. I told you the story of my great-grandmother's scarf, and this is where I learned about heat settings on irons and what not to do when you have something that's polyester. I wanted to get the wrinkles out of this polyester chiffon headscarf that my great-grandmother had, and the very first thing I did was put it on the highest setting because I wanted it done quickly, and lo and behold, it put a hole in it, and I was just devastated. That was just terrible. Oh, what's that? I'm not on Twitch. Also should be working. Oh, okay. That's fair. Oh, Quillis, you're adorable, and I love you, and thank you so much for watching. Oh, golly. Okay. Yeah, so pay attention to your heat setting. Anything polyester should not be on a very high heat setting unless you are familiar with the consequences. For instance, I have been ironing this on a fairly high heat setting. This is polyester, and I was ironing this on a wool setting, but I barely let the iron touch. So I kind of am able to now control like how much time to let it sit on the polyester. But typically you don't want anything synthetic to get touched by high heat for a very long time at all. So, you know, it says that synthetic, it has a synthetic setting on the iron. But yeah, those are all good suggestions. Okay. That said, so if I'm doing this, oh, I just realized something. So that's gonna give me a lot of leeway here. This is gonna get a lot of fullness if I cut it like this. Because if I'm cutting it across all 2 yards, that's gonna give me 72 inches for just one side, and usually it's entirety, it's like 90 inches in circumference for a Lolita dress. So I'm not gonna need that much. I'll just start cutting this in half though. Now that I have my line, see, I have my line. Cut that right in half. Right on my guideline here that I made with my pinking shears. Ugh. Oh, and there's a new person. Charmadine, Or Charmadine. Excuse me. Let's see. Make mock-ups. I crushed my dreams using expensive fabric and washing. It didn't fit. Oh, that's sad. I have heard of stories like this. I did not believe in pre-washing for my first forays into making clothes. And when it was cotton and then I washed it, I'm like, why is this so tight now? Well, that would be why. My mom just loves to use the highest setting on everything. Yeah, the highest setting on everything is not the best. I also learned this lesson when I was making eggs one time during my first marriage. I was trying to be a housewife, and I thought, well, I know how to cook. I've been cooking since I was 12. My mom taught me how to make X and Y. So I tried making eggs, and I just figured the highest heat setting on the stove was just fine. And yeah, I burned those eggs. I burned them. I realized after some experimentation that actually a medium setting and taking your time is probably the best thing to do. And that kind of goes in play with making clothes as well. Like, you can't just breeze through everything. Sometimes you just have to be patient, take your time doing detail work, and then you'll get the results that you want. So that's fun. Alright, I still got my little guideline here, so I'm not too worried about the wrinkling. I'm just gonna go for it. I just need this cut in half. Ah! There. Okay. So, this should be long enough for, you know, a skirt. It's definitely longer than the skirt I made before, so there's that. I suppose, too, if I wanted to, I could make like a ruffle around the bottom, but I don't think that's what my client wants. If you see it on my... Oh, it's right there, actually. It's on the screen right now. That's the Otome dress that I made. I think that image was before I created the little belt that goes on it as well. But yeah, it's a very simple little day dress sort of idea. So that's what this is going to be, except out of satin. So, now that I figured out that this is how long the skirt is going to be, this is going to need, what, like, I only want it to be like 45 inches on the front, and then same on the back. So let's see, what do I have? This is going to be, what station do I have it on right now? I'm not sure I like it. Oh, Ribbon Kitty, you're taking notes. That's awesome. I'm so glad. Stuff like watching this stream or lots of technique based on YouTube tutorials, seam types, how to do inline pockets for skirts, how to make ruffles, etc. Yeah! Well, I'm glad that people get something out of this stream. That's kind of what my hope was for. I just kind of talk out loud, and I figured I'd have a camera on while I do it, so that's awesome. And honestly, just do it and do it wrong and learn from your mistakes. That's kind of how everybody does it too. That's how I did it. I made lots of mistakes, but I still kind of just charged ahead and realized after examining my work, it's like, you know what? I think there's a better way of doing this. Just like this dress that I'm wearing. I'm still wearing it, but the lining on the inside is just awful. God awful. And I'm just like, I look at it all the time and I'm like, well, I've since learned how to do that the right way. It took a few tries, but I did it. So, that being said, I'm going to change this music. I'm not sure I like the station. I want something different. I want... What do I want? What do I want? Upbeat? Is this upbeat right now? It is on the upbeat station. Okay, let's try, I don't know. I liked the synthwave. EDM. Epic. Where's the happy? Oh, the happy is good. I like the happy. We'll do happy. Pretzel rocks, everybody. I am relegated to pretzel rocks. Because DMRCs and all that stuff. So I'm measuring this to make it about, we'll make it a little bit longer. I will make it 50 right there. Okay. Is it still raining outside? I hope so. Okay. Let's get this kind of lined up. Right there. Give or take. Sometimes it is an exact science, but in this case it's not that quite exact. It is as close as we can get. So, let's see here. I'm gonna have this much left over. Okay. Just make a long line here. See how close we can get. Yeah, it's actually not bad. That's not bad. All right. So that is going to be my line. And this will be the front of the skirt. And then I'm going to use this just to lay it over the lining, and I'm going to cut out a replica of the size, the shape. So this is how much I have left of this after cutting the skirt, and then I have the other panel. So I will put this aside. I think this is the other one, yes. I'm wondering if it might just be easier to measure. I've been avoiding cutting out this fabric for the skirt because I knew that it would be different from just making a rectangle skirt, and you know, that's to be expected. I've been sort of sitting on it, plus having dentist appointments and all that fun stuff. Oh, and then my semester at school is nearly over. I can't believe it. My students are doing really well. I don't know if I've mentioned this, but they are learning factory techniques. Like, I taught them how to put in the curved part of a princess line for a blouse without pins. They have never really sewn before, except one of them. One of them is more experienced, but all of them did it. I was very impressed at their gumption that they were able to just, you know, they trusted what I said, that yes, you can do it, don't worry, just try it like this and do your best, and they did it. So they did that. I have to fix the collar on my pattern, which is my mistake. I made this mistake. It was my fault. It was me. I found out I drafted this pattern for the collar, or the blouse, and it's the same one that I did on stream too, of all things. I thought, oh, I just drafted this pattern, I'll just use this for my class. Well, I did not account for the extra 2 centimeters that goes into the placket, the center front placket for the buttons, like this right here. Yeah, so the collar, band collar, is short on both sides. That's 4 centimeters difference. That's my fault. And so now I'm like, well, do I just make it work with what we have, or do we just recut the collar so that it looks decent? And so that's where I'm at with that project. But still, I'm very proud of my students. They did an excellent job. Oh boy, okay. So now, yeah, I did this. Just kind of bloop. Choo choo choo. What other emotes should I consider? It's like, that's a whole new world to me. I don't know. I have never really considered, like, What would make a good custom emote? So we already decided on the wake up iron one and rest in peace needle. When you forget to pre-wash the fabric, oh no. What am I clicking on? What is this? Yeah. Yeah, that's about right. Like an excited welcome one. Okay. I think I might get 3 of them. I'm not sure what the cost equivalent would be if I made a dress and then we exchanged. So it's like $150, but I don't know what her rates are. So I'm gonna have to ask about that. Okay, we're just gonna go across this line right here. Yeah. Okay. Another square. I could probably make a purse or something. Something. Alright, so we have what, like 21 inches long. Is that about how much it is? 20 and a half inches long, so that's what we have for a skirt right now. So if I made the hem and the waistband seam pretty minimal, I'll be able to squeak by with about maybe 19 3/4 inches. Okay, so this is the other panel. One of these needs to be cut in half, I just realized, because that zipper in the back panel is gonna need a little room. What's this? What is this? Are these scraps? This is scraps. Okay, this is scraps. That is scraps. Oh my gosh, that link, yeah. I like when you welcome everyone to the stream. That's so sweet. I am genuinely happy every time I see people in the stream. So that is not hard. I'm like, yay, people like to watch this stuff. That's so exciting. Life is too short to be serious. Okay, so I wonder if I can get away with doing it like this. Now the lining is gonna have to be a little shorter. Usually a lining hem is like just above the hem of the shell. And then I usually put in a swing tack to keep it down. So for this thing, what are we gonna do? We're gonna do something. Let's see if I can do this thing. I'm still using the pinking shears, and I realize that. Oh my god, though, this satin. The satin. It's so shifty. Alright, also, I should probably clean this off because it's gross. You know what? I just realized I am thirsty. I do not have anything to drink. Definitely need something to drink. Okay, so awful noises are about to happen. It's because I have a soda stream. Give me a second. really love my soda stream, and I just got replacement CO2 bottles for it, so I'm just drinking gallons and gallons of fizzy water now. So good. Ah, so good. Okay. I really gotta figure this out. It's not smart to cut this on the fold. It's just not the smartest thing in the world. Because if it's, oh no, it's just not gonna be good. Okay. I want to get my mom a soda stream. Sorry, I was ordering pizza, says Minty. Hey, I don't blame you. Oh, pizza's important. I also like pizza. But the soda stream is pretty fun. Okay, everyone, random fun thing. Caption this pic from the same episode in that screen cap I linked. Oh, okay. Oh, God. Caption it? Oh, I'm terrible at that game. Okay, everybody else do that. I have to concentrate on this, but I'm curious to see what you come up with. That is hilarious. I'm also reminded of that time, it's that Disney cartoon where Goofy is taking care of home domestic things, and I think he finds his sweater also shrunk down to like infant size, and he has to iron it out. I remember that cartoon very vividly. So, what do I do? I need to get my square ruler and see if I can do it like this. Or you know what, it might be better to do it on the selvage. Okay, I'm gonna try this. I'm gonna try a thing. Because the selvage is obviously a straight, but why is this so hard? It doesn't have to be hard, but I'm making it hard. I'm doing this. This is my fault. I know. Alright, so let's see where this falls if I do this. Okay. So far so good. And just cut that bit off then. Do sharpening services exist for pinking shears? Genuinely curiously asking. I heard somewhere that, yeah, it's a specialized service and you can have them sent to somebody, but no. I got these pinking shears off of goldstartool.com. They're pretty good about sewing supplies as well. Like they have the rivet press or button press thing. So if you wanted to get into doing your own covered buttons on a massive scale, they do have the equipment to do that. Oh, let's see. When it doesn't fit and you ask for help to stretch it. Yeah, the same guy who sharpens my shears also does pinking shears. Really? Except that you're in Canada. I heard about some guy who does it in Seattle. I'm gonna have to look into that, I think. I don't even know if these are worth sharpening, honestly. They weren't too expensive. I mean, it has Gold Star as on there, so I don't know. Okay. I bought mine at IKEA. That's cool. I didn't know IKEA sold that sort of thing. Don't they also have muslin? Isn't that also something that you can get at IKEA? Just muslin? Okay. So what do we do? am I doing? Like, just a tad shorter. So I'm going to measure this at 20. Okay. Let me try one more. What's going on this side? Just over here. And I'm just going to connect the dots and hope for the best. Really? Oh, the deviation on this thing is killing me. For real now? Measured it. I measured it though. It said 20 and it said it was right here. Alright, well, I'm gonna try this. 20. Just really? It says that this is 20. It says it though. Ah. I'm just gonna have to trust it. The salvage might be off, but Saturn! I mean, I have a ton of this stuff, so if I make a mistake on the pink satin lining, I'm not too worried about it. I don't care that much. I did not need to struggle for this long to measure out the skirt for this dress. Okay. There's one. Remember when I said we're not supposed to iron it down like this with our hands? Yeah, well, I just did that. I made that mistake. You're still not supposed to do it, but here we are. Trying not to cry. Oh my god. I can't even see the chat right now because I'm doing this. Okay, the 20 is here. 20 is here. give or take, right? As long as it's close. I can always adjust it when I get to the actual construction of this thing. So, that is what we're gonna do. Okay. Okay. Yay. I did it! Yeah. Just gotta fold it back up so that it's somewhat not in chaos. Okay. There we go. Right, good, okay. We did the thing. Alright, so let's see, what did I miss? It's quite thin though. I think the other black and white fabric they have is thicker. Oh, you guys are talking about fabric at IKEA? Something? Maybe? Working with shifty fabrics is like a true nightmare. You said it! What would you do instead of ironing down with your hands? I think I missed that advice before. Ah, yeah, the thing that you do when you're spreading your fabric is you never want to press it down with the flat of your hand. You're not supposed to do this. And this is mostly when you're doing what's called spreading in a factory, when you're layering your fabric in many layers, many plies, so that you can cut out, 10, 20, 50 of one thing. You're spreading each layer down. You're kind of spreading it and pulling at it at the edges with a partner. And then if you have to get out little bubbles or wrinkles or things like that, you use the tips of your fingers to just barely shift it into place so that you're not ironing it, but you're just barely moving it to get it back to something straight. So something like that. See, that's how you're supposed to do it. That's how you're supposed to do it. So, I did not do that. But in any case, I'm not really truly spreading right now, so I'm not too concerned about it. It also, this causes stretching of the fabric as well, so you don't really want that to happen either. So in this case, it's polyester. I don't know how much stretching would actually occur. It's mostly just the weave itself is so loose that it shifts because of the nature of the weave. See here, you have some elasticity just on the bias, which is most fabrics in general have that elasticity on the bias like that, which is one of the reasons why you can block out your woven fabric, like cotton quilting fabric, by stretching it along the bias to make the weave just more up and down instead of all crooked. You may see that the grain line is shifted when you try cutting a square piece of just cotton quilting fabric. So you can do what's called blocking to get it back into shape. Anyway, these are things that you learn over time. So I have now 2 halves of a skirt. Well, one of these needs to be cut in the middle, and that includes the shell skirt fabric here. I think I made them too long. I think this is a 60-inch fabric. 60-inch wide, I think? Question mark? I think it is. Where here it is. Okay. So let's see. I'm going to guess that it probably is. It is. Okay, so I cut the shell at 50 inches which means there's 10 inches more on this than I need right now. Otherwise, the lining is going to be more full than the shell itself. So, yeah, so this is going to have a circumference of about 98 inches with seam allowances included in that calculation. So, yeah. 10 inches of this needs to go. I just figured it'd be easier to chop it up into little bits first and then deal with the measurement of the length. Alright, so if that's the case, I can just do this. Oh, so shifty. So shifty! 10 inches. Where did I go here? Oh, okay, so I was measuring from here, thereabouts. Okay. Something like that. Oh, you're welcome. I really hope that helps you. I hope all of this helps you. I hope all of this helps everybody. And you guys teach me too, because I know if Blue Aquarius is still around, I don't know if you're a she, they gave me some really good advice on when I was applying the seam tape to the edges of the lining. So that was super helpful, and I'm always learning too. Come on. There. Okay. Yeah, good enough. All this remnant that I have now. Hoi vey. Okay, so here is one that is now about the same size as the shell. And then, nope. Where'd it go? It's right in front of my face. As per usual, it's right in front of my face. Also get one of these things. These are indispensable if you're just getting off little hairs. Things. So I use this in combination with two other things. I have this silicone brush thing that's used for automotive cleaning for pet hair. So this gets off hairs and little lints and things really easily. I use the red lint brush that you see a lot of tailors using, and I have an entire collection of sticky tape roller things. So I use these in combination with each other to help with little bits and things, and also I have cats, so I have to make sure that everything is clean before it gets packaged up and shipped out. Okay, let's see. So I'll just do the same thing that I did. I'll just measure out 10 inches and cut that off. I'm not too worried about the selvage on the lining part. Alright then, why? Measuring from about here-ish. for real now. Measuring from about the middle. Actually makes it more like right here. So middle of the selvage right here. Sorry, I'm concentrating. Just doing my measurements. Why though? Oh, I know why. I know why that's happening. It's just all, this is all stretched, and I mean scrunched up so that it's throwing off my things. But I'll just follow the line of dots that I made, so that should give me a relatively straight sort of measurement on the edge. Ugh, why so shifty? It is just the lining. I am not too concerned. Okay. Hey guys, guess what? Who got their sticker? I know a couple people did. Melon, I don't think you got yours yet because you're in Canada. I'm sorry, sweetie. But I did send that one out. I sent it out to Ben Coco and Yamneko and Lady Kyra, I believe, were the recipients of my brand new sticker. So I am going to put it up again as a little giveaway. So all of you who are watching right now, I'm going to start a giveaway right now, I think. I feel like it. I feel like it. There's enough people right now. So we're going to do a little giveaway for a sticker. Little sticker giveaway. Gosh, that is so shiny. I'm looking at it on the screen right now. I'm like, yeah, that's shiny satin. Yay, sticker giveaway. All right, everybody. Okie dokie, the giveaway has started. So if you would like a chance to win one of my stickers, go ahead and do that little raffle thing that it just explained. I think it explained it. Yeah, use the exclamation point raffle to put in your ticket to win one of the stickers that I have. I have these little stickers. They are so nice. They are so fun. They're really, really nice, actually. I was super surprised when I got them. Yay! Okay, we're gonna go back. Yeah, so I can see what's on the screen. Yay! Everybody's getting sticker raffles. That's awesome. I do believe that if you are a subscriber, you actually get a little bit of a bump in your tickets. So you have a higher chance of winning in any giveaway that I may put forth. So if you would like to support me and my channel, which is always grateful, I am always grateful for that. So if you have Amazon Prime, Amazon owns Twitch. So with Amazon Prime, you can therefore subscribe for free to any channel of your choice for 1 month. And that includes my channel, if you so choose. So there's that option as well. I like to tell people about that. I didn't even know that was a thing that you could do until I saw it on Geek and Sundry. They were doing a little PSA about, hey, did you know that you can subscribe for free if you have Amazon Prime? I'm like, you can! And I did, and because I have Amazon Prime, so it's super easy. I won't enter since I'm getting one soon. Yes, you are getting one soon. That's very courteous of you. Thank you. So let other people get a chance to win the sticker. Yay! Everybody's putting in their raffle ticket. I love it. All right. I got this and the other one. So one of these needs to get cut in half because zippers. Can I just like iron it with my hands and get like a little faint guideline so that I can cut this without dragging my iron into this? Yes. Looks like I was able to do that. Okay. So I guess I'm not too worried about messing up this project anymore because I have an entire other set of fabric that was mistakenly sent to me by Spoonflower. If I needed to. If I mess up, I got the extra fabric right there. So there's the back. These are going to be the back panels for the skirt. This is the front, so I'm not cutting this. Ah, and then we can finally put this thing together. That's going to be nice. Okay, and then one of these need to get cut in half. Do. Oh, come on. Really now? You're gonna do that? You're gonna do that to me? Satin! Curse you, Satin! You know, maybe that should be another one, another emote. It's Curse you, Satin, instead of Curse you, Satan. It's because I'm silly. I am a silly person. Oh, wait. Didn't I just do this? Where did this go? Is it this one? Did it? Ah, I didn't do it. Oh my god, that's a nice one. Yeah. I thought that was pretty funny. It's because I'm a nerd. It's kind of a dad joke, though. Curse you, Satin! Okay, for real though, I'm trying to like just finger iron this. I don't want to spend too much time on doing this. Okay, it's very faint, but I got one. I got one. I see it now. I see it right here. Okay, I'm gonna cut you. I'm gonna cut you! There we go. We got 2 lining skirt back panels. And what did I just do here? Why is this crazy? That's what I meant to do. Okay. 2 back skirt lining panels, 2 back skirt shell panels, and then 1 shell front panel skirt, and then 1 shell lining skirt. Right. The other thing that I was going to do, which I think I have plenty of this to do so, I was going to add pockets to this. Why, you ask? Why do I need to add pockets? Because I can. And because it's a nice thing to do. So I found out that clients are enormously happy with you when you put pockets in their stuff. So that's what's going to happen. You know, I keep drafting new pocket patterns and somewhere they go and I don't know where. I don't want to draft another one. I should just have like some generic place where I leave a pocket pattern that I will use for all of my things. Like, no joke. Why do I keep misplacing my pocket pattern? That's not it. Oh, where's the pocket pattern? For real now. Where did I... So, that's a negative. That's no right there. Is it... Nope, that's not it either. Pocket pattern! Pocket pattern! Where are you? Where is my pocket pattern? Oh, wait, did I find it? I found it! I found it. Yeah, see, it just says Mode Olivelle on it. That's my pocket. That will be my pocket forever and ever. It will be my pocket. I will call it my home. Pockets are justice. That's pretty funny. Okay. So now I should probably. I think I can actually get 2 sets of pockets out of this. So we will do a thing. Why is that there? Why? You should get a filing cabinet just for your sewing patterns. Look for ideas on Pinterest to decorate it and lose track of time. I have a filing cabinet for my patterns, actually. When I had more room, I did the hanging files. So I had patterns on pattern hooks. That's what I did in school, and that's what they told us to use, so I did that. But since then, I've started using this butcher paper. It's not butcher paper, it's banner paper from Staples, and it's easy to fold, and I have a little box down there that is just jam-packed full of my sewing patterns. So just to give you an idea, these aren't even half the patterns that I own, but this is basically like I have entire sections based on Otome no Sewing volume numbers and what I've drafted out of there. I have some Simplicity and Quick Sew. I have McCall's and doll clothes in the back and my scraps in the front and just all kinds of things. This is one box. I have 2 that I'm now just starting to fill. So yes, I have a filing system for my patterns. These are just the ones that I've drafted. It's not including the other 2 boxes that I have in storage right now of patterns that I've acquired that I haven't even cut into. Vintage patterns and things like that. So yeah, I collect patterns. It's kind of a problem. There's a lot of good ones. Sometimes you could find some really good vintage stuff. I love collecting patterns from the 1940s and 50s, and sometimes the 60s. I'm not too fond of the mod look. I much prefer the new look from the 1950s, which is, you know, big froofy dresses with petticoats underneath that make it poofy. Christian Dior basically restarted that trend in the late 40s, early 50s. Sometimes I go a little nuts though, and I do collect the patterns that I see in thrift stores, for instance. Sometimes thrift stores have some pretty good ones. I'm gonna give that a little room, actually. So I'm gonna do the same thing. I'm gonna use the pinking shears again, just to keep this from fraying. I'll probably have to serge it, overlock it on the edge. Oy vey. What time is it? What time is it? Oh, it's 2:12. I got a little bit of time. I can cut this out before it's my break time, and I think I might make myself a sandwich, because I can. Also, my dad wants me to call him back, or he's going to call me after my break time, so there's that too. After all of this is cut out, I don't expect that the construction is going to take very long at all, since it is already a tried and true fit for my client, and I just have to put it together. There aren't very many frills on this thing. Hey, how's that raffle going? How are we doing on that giveaway for this sticker? Let's see. I'm going to see what the giveaway looks like right now. Where is it? Where is it? Is it here? Oh, I know. Alright, we got 4 people. Oh, there's still 17 minutes left. I think we can do it. about 2:30, I'm going to end the giveaway and see who wins the sticker. Okay, now from here, I think what I want to do... I'm not using my push pins to keep this pressed down. I'm using long pins just to keep it sort of attached down to my table without ruining anything. Is that my Dawn? Okay. These pins are a little bit more fine, so they don't make big old holes in my fabric, even though it's just gonna be pockets. Nobody's really gonna see them. I am a digital project inspiration hoarder. I relate so hard to pretty much everything you said, but with my disorganized flash drives, Dropbox, and its external hard drives, yeah, I also have a lot of those too. I'm sure you've perused perhaps my archive as well. I try to archive all the new Otome no Sewing books that I get in the mail. And so I have a complete collection of Otome no Sewing 1 through 14 right now. And let's just hope that it keeps going, because I worry that it's losing steam. They've gone down from 2 a year to 1 a year. So, but yeah, I just have to have like every single one. As soon as it comes out, I'm all about it. I'm all over it. I have a huge collection of doll clothes patterns as well, which, you know, I try to make things out of my scrap fabrics, which is not big enough to make actual clothes out of, but I can make doll clothes. I have an aunt, actually. I think her name is Aunt Dawn. She likes to see my my 18-inch doll stuff. She likes American Girl stuff. Okay, no kidding, no really. We're doing this now. We're gonna cut around this. I'm just trying to keep it sort of pinned down. And I don't want to cut it with regular scissors because it's just gonna fray all over. Just need to get it cut around the line. Okay. There's one. Okie dokie. Choo, cuckoo, ka-choo. We are almost done. Oh god. Okay, I'm gonna go this way. New plan of attack. Phew, okay, we got pockets. We got pockets! We got them! Alright, now, should I or shouldn't I? I don't think I should. I don't need to interface these. They are going to get overlocked, but I'm not going to interface them. Oh my god, so many things to cut out. Right, okay. This I'm going to put over here. This is my new little section where I have, oh, well, you probably can't really see that too well, but I have over there on the door a little calendar thing with some magnets. And I've been putting my orders that I get on there, so you can get some idea of what my structure is. My actual calendar blocking is done on Google Calendar, but just to have a constant visual, I put it there. So I figured I could just hang my pocket, my universal pocket pattern in some place that I know that I can see all the time, instead of having it hiding somewhere. Okay, I'm gonna put this away now. don't need this right now. Where did the other one go? Oh, there it is. Okay. I have my metric and my English. Transparent rulers. Can we do this? Yes? Okay. Right. Skirts. Pockets. We got this. We got this, people. We got this. Alright, so this is the shell, the back side. This is the front side. Now I am going to iron this eventually, but not right now. It's still going to get worked with. It's still going to get wrinkled, so I'm not going to worry about getting it all nice and ironed at the moment. But what I am going to do is measure down a couple inches here. So I'm going to decide that this is where the waistband is going to go. And from there, I need to make sure, let's see, so a ½ inch or so is going to be in the seam allowance. So then that leaves, I should probably put it down like 3 inches. So at about 3 inches on the side seam, I'm going to mark it with a notch. Okay. So I folded it in half so that I can get an equal distance on both sides. And this is where we are going to attach one of our pockets. So the interior of the pocket is going to be the shiny side. So we're going to put right sides together. Now where did it go? No kidding. No kidding. Yes, I know, Mama did something funny. Well, I got it here. Really? I guess I missed the underside when I was making this notch, so we're gonna do this. Okay. Alright, that makes more sense. Right sides together, going this way, and I'm going to put the top of that pocket right at that notch. I did mention to somebody on the Discord that I was going to go over pockets today, so I figured that's what I can do. Okay, so this is the first part of putting in pockets. So you just sew it in. So I need to make sure. It's so slippery! Darn satin. Curse you, satin! I like it. I'm sorry, I think it's funny. Okay, so once this is put on there with just a straight stitch going this way, then the right side is going to have a nice clean seam. And then when you're putting together the pockets, I don't know how many of you have put together pockets, but then this is the same on the back side, and then once it's back side and front side are put together, these are pulled out, and then you sew all around here, putting the pockets together as well as the skirt. It was me! I'm paying attention. Seeing these on Pinterest, are they good for beginners like they say, or just overhyped? See what you're looking at. Oh, the Wonder Clips. Oh, the Wonder Clips. You know what? I got a less expensive alternative for you. Let me see if I can find them here. I had a bunch of them, and then they got used, but oh no, I still have a few here. But they're really super inexpensive, so instead of Wonder Clips, I found these guys. Same idea, they're soft, kind of on the ends, so it's not gonna like really hurt your fabric. These are just 1-inch industrial clips with plastic ends. I think I got 20 of them for a ridiculous price. Maybe like $5, $8, something like that. So forget Wonder Clips. That's just, anything from Clover is like so overpriced. Kind of ridiculous. But you do have alternatives. How are we looking? Let's see. Remember, guys, there's still the giveaway happening if you want one of those stickers. So if you want to put in your raffle ticket for a sticker, go ahead and do the ! raffle command, and it'll enter your name for a chance to win one of my stickers. I mean, if you want to buy a sticker, there's also that option, but why buy it when you can win a chance, get a chance to win it? Okay. So, you know, I did just realize something too. Because this is satin, because it's moving around, I have to use my walking foot, which I only have a walking foot on my home machine. As much as I really, really, really want to use my industrial machine, this fabric is not suited for it. So, oh my goodness. A Japanese sewist I like on YouTube uses laundry pegs instead of wonder clips. Yeah, I also have a bunch of these. I have like everything. I don't need it, but I have it because I see it somewhere. So yeah, you do have the option of using this sort of thing. These are a little bit more fine because they're smaller and they close more directly. But yeah, you can use these as well. Anybody want these? I don't use them. I don't know. I had them. I think I got them when I was working on a movie like years ago. Because you need all kinds of weird things when you're doing costumes for film. Oh my gosh. Okay, so that is the front. Now I need to put it on the back. So one of these sides is the center. We're going with 3 inches. Hooray! Oh my god. Alright, out of the way. Okay. What did I miss? Minty! You didn't really miss too much. I am just here agonizing over the fact that I'm working on satin, even though I'm determined because I know that it's going to look good. This was kind of cut haphazardly, so we will see what the end result of these pockets look like. In any case, I can always just finagle it in there. Oh my gosh, you guys, I cannot wait to start working on the Modes for You stuff. That's going to be so exciting. I'm really curious to see what they're going to say about that collaboration idea. I don't think really anybody's made, like, truly finished garments. They've made, like, kids' clothes and stuff like that. That's all I can see as far as their other collaborations, which is fine. You know, it shows you, like, you can make a bag, you can make an apron, here's a little girl dress, but I'm like, I'm gonna make a designed Lolita thing, and it's gonna look amazing. Okay, seriously now. Seriously. I think it's gonna be sandwich time soon. It feels like a sandwich day. Alright. So these are gonna get attached to the front right here. See if it matches up. Should match up. Pretty close. Give or take a little bit. Laundry pegs? What's that? The old-fashioned wooden laundry clips. If I'm wrong, correct me. Yeah, they still make them out of wood too. You were eating your pizza? That sounds good. I'm gonna have a sandwich because I can. But yeah, we were talking about, you know, laundry clips. These guys. That instead of using Wonder Clips, you can use things like this. I suggested these 1-inch industrial clips instead of Wonder Clips because Wonder Clips are expensive. How many do you get for like $20? Something ridiculous. And I got 20 of these for $8 or something. Not even. Oh my gosh. Well, you guys, let's see how that giveaway is looking, because I think it's time to choose a winner. Last minute raffle entries now. If you want a chance to win, oh, it's over. It's over. All right, guys, there are 4 entries right now. Let's pick a winner. Hey, Blue Aquarius, you won a sticker. Hooray, you won a sticker. Okay, so I'm going to set this aside for you. Go ahead and DM me your information. You can do that through Twitch. If you're in the Discord, you could do it there. So however you feel most comfortable sending me your information, and I will send you a beautiful new sticker with a lovely card. I'm sure everybody else can attest to how lovely the cards are. I like them myself. I kind of hoard them. I love stationery, so I get like really cute stuff, and I like to send people stuff with it. Yeah, you won a sticker. Hooray, this is your sticker. So I'm going to send that out as soon as possible. So, with the giveaway concluded, I am going to go ahead and do my usual break, which is at around now-ish, and I'll be back in about an hour. So if you guys are still around or you want to hang out with me a little later, I will see you then. So until then, happy sewing, and I'll see you later. Goodbye, guys.